in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Green Bay Packers. Ready for football now from sunny Wisconsin. And off we go from Lambeau. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And space tough to come by there, so he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Well, it's complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 37 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
He's caught Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. From 13 yards out. And the Packers will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Quay Walker. Now 2nd and 9. Now Lamar changing the look. To throw is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
A first down carry for Henry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I'll pick up the 2 yards. First down, Baltimore.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, report. Report. Oh.
Now it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Right side and caught by Kohler. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Ready. Watch out. 52 blue. Check, huh?
Throwing. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Ready.
Love. They go play action now. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 78 yards. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 10.
Hey, Uncle, right.
A toss right to Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth. How about this? They'll change it at the line. He'll try to do it himself. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
As my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. The extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Ravens 7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready up.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Ready.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
The gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. Set.
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go. Ready.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He's got it to the 43 here.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Love looking to throw it. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now McManus for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. the touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a single way. Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Well, looking deep here for Flowers. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. The extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half. Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point, and now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll toss it to Henry. And he stopped immediately there. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
That's right.
fourth down. Here's Jackson. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
That is definitely what we call a defensive uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. To the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
For sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off. And try.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
27-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good for a Packers first down.
Here we go.
First and 10.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Set.
Love now. They'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now he's going to step up and run. That's complete to Dobbs. 2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Love. That's taken in by Watson. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, 50, green. Ready.
Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Again, it's Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the 1st down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Go how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Jackson going to keep it. He will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Baltimore.
13.
Henry running right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario,
Derrick Henry, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Final 90 seconds here. It's 2nd and 10.
Come on,
Now Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we set.
Love. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack. Here we go. This is 4th down. Here's Love. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one is right down the middle.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Let's go. Smash. 60 red. 60 red. Ready.
One last shot now for Love. The RPO, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.